Good evening, and welcome. Welcome to the Embassy of Italy. We're very happy and very honored to have all of you here with us. Every time we come here to Washington, D.C., we see a strong connection. A strong connection between all the symbols and the symbology that they are part of Renaissance, and we find it here in all the main buildings, in all the main museums, and in all the main libraries. And so, we work to make us stronger and stronger every year. It's also about friendship, naturally, friendship between the United States of America and Italy. And so we are very honored every year to have all of you, all kinds of distinguished guests, and to be in the embassy to work, to have this partnership and friendship always develop in the right direction. Well, without many more words, I would like to introduce a video, very short, that will give you an idea of what happens when we get to Urbino.
Thank you so much to this beautiful, beautiful city of Urbino for this spectacular award. I can't tell you how happy I am to be standing before you today in this amazing setting of the Palazzo Ducale. My sister Marlene and I have spent the past 3 days getting to know this wonderful place, walking in the footsteps of the Duke of Montefalco, of Raphael, of Baldassare Castiglione, one of the most famous chroniclers of the human condition. It's been educational, it's been awe-inspiring.
The Urbino Press Award is a recognition of excellence in journalism awarded to American reporters. The city of Urbino, which during the Renaissance gave life to one of the most important courts of Europe, symbolically reinstates its court to hear the voice and the experience of today's reporters.
I do think you have taken this process enormously seriously. I think you look for journalists who care, who have passion. If I can say that Diane Reed, Michael Weiskopf, Martha Raddatz have one thing in common, it is that we inform ourselves, that we educate ourselves, and that we educate our viewers and listeners and readers. And that's what we try to do every day, and we take that very seriously.
That country will have the most energy security, national security, economic security, healthy environment, and global respect. I want that country to be my country.
It is so visible, and I applaud you, especially for cherishing your own history, for taking advantage of it, for honoring it, and keeping it alive as we see in this building and throughout this beautiful city. Generation after generation. Over the centuries, as we see this wonderful contribution you, the Italian people, have made to all of our civilization, we see it by simply walking around this palace, by the extraordinary streets of Urbino, and as someone who has studied history, let me say, thank you so much. Let me thank the people of Italy, let me thank the people of Urbino, let me thank all of you for simply showing up. You make all of us better and smarter just by doing what you're doing. Thank you so much. I believe there already is the start of a renaissance here in Urbino, because I've spent the last few days here. It has been incredible, and I've seen the people of Urbino. They are wonderful people. They love the tradition, they love the history, they love the culture, they love everything about what has happened over the years. The good, the bad, and the ugly here in Italy. But the Renaissance is beginning, and I think it will only grow. Even as we speak right now, part of that Renaissance is behind me with a little motorcycle, a Renaissance man on a motorcycle moving behind me here in the piazza in Urbino. But this is going to be a fabulous experience for all of you. I recommend, by the way, if you have an opportunity to come to Italy, if If you have an opportunity to come to Urbino, cherish it. Spend as much time here as you possibly can. It's a wonderful, wonderful place. You will love every second. The Renaissance, once again, only just beginning.
I would like to invite here at the podium and the microphone the ambassador of Italy in Washington, D.C., Claudio Bisogniero.
Wow, look at this. Buonasera, first of all, everybody, and I'm impressed. Standing room only, and I guess the honorary of tonight, the best kept secret in town, in a way, must have creeped in the alleys and in the streets of Washington, because look at this crowd. It's really quite impressive. Thank you for being here with us tonight. Let's make it quick, and let me say I'm so pleased to host here the 9th annual Urbino Press Award at the Embassy of Italy in Washington. Before I move straight to announcing, once again, the best kept secret in town, this year's winner, I wish to thank those who, once again this year, have made this event possible. The Marche region, represented by the Secretary for Innovation and Industry of the regional government, Sara Giannini, designer Giacomo Guidi, who created the award, and the president of the Urbino Press Award, Giovanni Lani. Now, as you know, the Urbino Press Award, and as you saw from the video we just saw, has become a hallmark moment in the Washington journalistic and diplomatic tradition. So I'm very pleased to now move to the moment when I will announce officially the name of this year's addition to the very prestigious and exclusive roster of winners of the past years. Because the winner of the 2014 Urbino Press Award is Maria Bartiromo.
Thank you so much, Ambassador. That was so kind of you, and I'm really humbled by those words. I'd like to thank you all for being here tonight. I'd like to thank Giovanni and everyone involved in the Urbino Award. I am truly humbled and honored to accept this prestigious award tonight. I feel so fortunate to have been able to have this front row seat to the global economy over the last 25 years, to have watched the changes in markets and economies, and watching firsthand how we are truly all connected in the good times and in the bad times with markets and the economy. But to be recognized by the Italian government, to be recognized by my friends in Italy and my friends in the Italian-American community, I think I have arrived. I feel truly so blessed by this honor. My family upbringing is very, very important to me. And I can tell you for sure that my success, or any success that I have been able to achieve, is a direct result of my upbringing in Brooklyn, New York, with Italian-American parents and grandparents from Italy. As the ambassador mentioned, my father's family is from Naples, and my grandfather, Carmen Bartiromo, came to America first in 1919, and then he went back home to Italy, and he came back in the 1930s on a ship called the Rex, which I'm sure you're all very familiar with. The Rex brought him to America, and he was a bricklayer, a construction worker in Italy, and he decided to build a restaurant, and he named it the Rex Manor. And this was my first job. I was the coat check girl at the Rex Manor. I have watched my father work so hard in the kitchen and in the restaurant for so many years. My mother's family, my mother's mother is from Agrigento, and we have visited Sicily many times to go and see some of her family members, many of whom are no longer there, of course, but I've watched my mother and my father work so hard their whole lives. And that really did teach me anything I needed to know. And that's why I work so hard, because I've watched my mother and father work because of their parents. And we too like tradition, and we have lived my entire life with the traditions of Italy. The work ethic, the family togetherness, the meals, everything really. My grandmother, you know, when my grandfather died, she wore black for a year. I mean, it was amazing. But she would not take her black veil off. For the younger people who did not go to Italy a lot in my family, they used to say, why does Grandma always wear such black outfits? And I would say, because this is the tradition. She's still in mourning. She loved her husband so much, and he has passed. Little things like this remind me, and have always reminded me, of the tradition and the love and the togetherness and the culture of Italy that is so central to my family. And so this really does mean the world to me. I want to thank you so much for having me. I want to thank you all for coming here tonight to celebrate this. And Ambassador, I want to thank you so much for your leadership and for constantly bringing Italy and America together and Italy together with the world. Thank you very much.
One of your nicknames is Econo Baby. So Econo Baby, when do you think that there will be again a renaissance in Italy? I'm referring to the current crisis in Italy. Even if we are in the Italian embassy, I would like to have your very free answer, please.
I think that right now Europe in general is in recovery mode, and I think that because Italy is so rich in culture and rich in tradition and history, it will not be long before we see the economic situation turn around. Because I think that at the end of the day, the strength of business and the strength of government and business together will prove solid. So I think they are in recovery mode already, and I think Mario Draghi and the ECB is not going to let anything get in the way of that throughout Europe.
Thank you very much, Econo Babe.
Thank you.